I think I have to say that COVID caught us all off guard. We were not prepared for it. And of course, at the time, there was competing priorities in terms of what needed to be done.
Okay.
But regarding addressing issues around digital, one of the things we focus on is using of mobile phones. Mobile phones are available in the home. We have an application that we have built called BookSmart. It's free to use, which means that any individual wishing to read and has a data connected phone can actually access reading materials. This is not curriculum.
Okay.
The idea behind this reading is to help children maintain the skill of reading and not lose it when, you know, challenges such as COVID happen. How do we go about it? The application has versions that are offline. So it means that you can be able to, on your phone, download some books and read. And there is a lot of rationale behind why that reading is happening. The other thing I'll say is this. I know that in these communities, looking at peri-urban, looking at rural, looking at what we call the urban poor, people who are living in low-income areas in Nairobi, they have a fairly decent job, but the rigors of living in the city make it really difficult to afford a lot of services. So looking at that audience, there are community approaches that we use. It could be a library within the community, public libraries and community libraries. It could be a school within the community. It could be a center within the community where these children are sent to have these sessions with a volunteer who is usually a parent or a community member, so that they are reading, they are doing activities, they are engaging. Within those books, we have activities. One is usually a play activity, because children are supposed to play. Another is a literacy activity, which helps them build reading skill and language skill. And then another one is a social emotional learning activity, which helps children understand their emotion. You can imagine when COVID first hit us, how difficult it was for children to understand why they're not allowed to play outside, why they can't be with others. So the social emotional learning activity allows or provides a platform where children are helped or assisted to understand what's going on around them. At the back of that, we work with teachers, so we train them on how to handle that integration piece, because some of the teachers have not actually used technology to teach. So we train them on how to handle the piece. We use the schools, the voice of authority, as advocates to get parents on board. We have a lot to do, because we are all still learning from our experiences of COVID, but I think we are doing something important. I think I'd also add that one of the things that I learned, and with experience, is that audience that we are focusing on don't feel empowered to use digital resources. They feel disempowered. They say, those digital devices are wale wakule. It has nothing to do with them. And so one of our campaign messages is anyone can use digital resources. And so bringing the digital resources into the community, into the schools within those community, showing them how to use those digital resources, how to integrate that kind of reading, and how to sort of open up your mind when you open a book and you read and travel around the world and experience things through the eyes of others. Then they realize, actually, this is something that we can do.